Welcome back to Talk to Sports with Chris. I'm Chris, and today it's gonna be quite a quick little episode. And today I'll be making my predictions for this year's March Madness. Now, so far, like the bracket has come out, and here's my prediction. So for the Final Four, I'm gonna go like Final Four, and then the winner of those two games, and then my winner for the national championship. So my Final Four. So first, coming from the East is UConn. UConn's a really good team. They are 31-3, and they've been unstoppable lately. Yeah, like they beat Marquette not too long ago in the Big East tournament. Like they're a really good team. So like they're led by guard Tristan Newton, who leads the team in points and assists with 15.2 points a game and 6 assists per game. And they still have a good player guard, Cam Spencer, who averages 14.5 points a game, 4.5 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. That's good. And they also have center center Donovan Klingen, who leads the team in rebounds and blocks with 2.3 blocks per game and 7.2 rebounds per game. So they have a really good they have a really good team overall. Um like this year, only 3 losses. And yeah, the losses were like kind of big, except like kind of large defeats, except against Kansas, which was only by 4. But like when they lost to Seton, it was by 15. But when they lost to Creighton, it was by 19. But still, they've been on a hot streak since then. Like they barely ever lose. Like they've beaten such big teams, like they beat UNC and Texas and Marquette. Like they beat Marquette 3 times this year. Three. Um and now to start this March Madness, they are playing number 16 ranked Stetson this Friday at 2:45 p.m. And in my opinion, that's a easy win. I mean, Stetson's 22-12. Like they have a lot of losses, so I think UConn can definitely get through until the Final Four, which they'll make. Next, I have North Carolina coming from the West region, also ranked number 1. They're also one of the best teams in the league as well. I mean, North Carolina, ever since they lost to Kentucky a couple of months ago, they've been on a hot streak of wins after wins after wins. Like they're one of the best teams out there. They're 27-7, and even though yes, they just lost to NC State in the ACC tournament, they're still really, really damn good. I mean, besides like that loss, which was kind of by a large margin of a good 8 points, like there's been so many games, or it's single digit. Like most of these games, besides against UConn, have been single digit losses. Like the one against Villanova was only by 2 points. UConn was by 11, but and then Kentucky was only by 4. Georgia Tech was only by 1 point. They lost by 4 to Clemson, and 7 to Syracuse, and only by 8 to NC State. Like they're not bad at all, and they've beaten this year. They've beaten some tough teams like Duke. They beat Duke twice. They beat Oklahoma, and Clemson, and they stuck up there with Kentucky, who's also one of the best teams in this country. So they're really good. They're led by guard R.J. Davis, who leads the team in points and with 21.4 points. He averages 3.8 rebounds per game and 3.5 assists per game. They also got Armando Bacot, who leads the team in rebounds with 10.2 rebounds and leads the team in blocks with 1.5 blocks per game, which is pretty good. And they got guard Harrison Ingram with who averages 12.1 points per game and 9 rebounds a game. So and guy like a guard Cormac Ryan with 11.2 points per game. They have a good, well-rounded team, and that's what you need for this for these playoffs. Is you need like a good team to surround like their top guys. And now since they got a good scorer with RJ Davis, a good rebounder, and Armando Bacot, like they have a team like that could really win it through this year. I can definitely see North Carolina making it to the Final Four, even in the Final Two. Spoiler alert. Um, but next, then we got Gonzaga coming out of the Midwest. They're ranked fifth, and this is like my first like non-number one team to make it to the Final Four. I think Gonzaga can really do it because they've always made it far throughout these March Madness playoffs. Like Gonzaga was always the team to beat. This year, not so much. But Gonzaga is still a really good team. I mean, they're ranked fifth in the what is it, the Midwest? Yeah, they're ranked fifth in the Midwest. Like Gonzaga is like not a bad team. They're 25-7. Their lead scorer are like their top players are like Graham Ike, who scores 16.5 points per game, 7.2 rebounds a game, and then Anton Watson, who scores 14.4 points a game and 7.1 rebounds a game. Like those are two good big guys who can rebound. Like Gonzaga is a really good team in my opinion, and I really think they can make it far, really far this March Madness. I mean, yeah, they just lost to St. Mary's in the West Coast tournament. It was only by 9, and St. Mary's has a better record than them. I mean Gonzaga or Gonzaga, however you say it, they did beat San Francisco, who was ranked third. Um, in the West Coast tournament by 12. So they're pretty good. I mean, um, with like a good, well-rounded team in Gonzaga who can really win. I mean, they've really climbed up the rankings lately. I mean, like they were 18th for a while now, and now they're like yeah, I know it's like not like fifth in the whole country, but like they're fifth in the Midwest, which is not bad after their record being what did I say? Oh yeah, 25-7. Like I think Gonzaga's a pretty nice team, and I really do think they can make it to the Final Four. Now my last team in the Final Four is Kentucky. I think this is finally the year for Kentucky, the Kentucky Wildcats. They have a great team with guys like Reed Shepherd, Aaron Bradshaw, Rob Dillingham. Like they have a great team. Their record might not show it being 23-9. They just lost to Texas A&M. Um, but in my opinion, they're a really good team. I mean, they got Antonio Reeves, who averages 20 points a game. Trey Mitchell averages 7 rebounds a game. Reed Shepherd, he's a freshman. He's been outstanding this year. He has 2.5 assists per game and 4.5 assists per game and 2.5 steals per game, which is good. Like Reed Shepard is a freshman, mind you, and he's won I think he just won Freshman of the Year award. And he's just really really damn good. They also got size like Zvonimir Avicic and Aaron Bradshaw, Uganu Onyenso. And they got the shooting like Antonio Reeves, like I said, Reed Shepherd, Rob Dillingham, DJ Wagner, Justin Edwards. Like they have a really good team, and I think this year is finally the year they win it all. Um, like so this year they've had some like little minor losses, like by 5 to Kentucky, who was ranked number 1 at the time. They also lost to UNCW or UNC Wilmington by 7. They don't lose. Like they lost to Texas A&M by 5 like earlier in the season before losing by 10 like not too long ago in the SEC tournament. But I still think Kentucky has what it needs to take themselves to the next level, and I actually think they might even win it all this year. I think they finally win the March Madness playoffs this year, finally for the first time in was it been years now since Kentucky has won. So that's my final four, and here are my winners coming out of it. So for between UConn and North Carolina, I got North Carolina winning. I think North Carolina has better scoring than UConn. I think they just have a better overall team, defense, and like scoring, like I said before. Um, and yeah, I really do see North Carolina taking it all. Like they've been hot lately ever since losing Kentucky with that win streak they had. So I think North Carolina will make it to the final two. And then between Kentucky and Gonzaga, I have Kentucky winning that game. Like I said, previous that guys, I said that in my opinion, Kentucky has what it takes to win it all. And which brings me to the final game of March Madness. It's going to be North Carolina and Kentucky in my prediction. And I predict Kentucky's going to beat them. It's going to be a rematch from um, Give me a rematch from a couple months ago where Kentucky beat North Carolina by 4. It was 87-83. And I really do think Kentucky has what it takes. They have the defense. They have the energy. They have the really experienced coach. They got the scoring. Um, and yeah, I think this is finally the year that Kentucky will win the March Madness playoffs. It's been years since Kentucky has last won. Like they have a total of 8, but they haven't won since 2012. Like that's 12 years since they last won the national championship, like the in March Madness. So I think this is finally the time. They have an amazing team, with guys like the Reed Shepard, Antonio Reeves, like Trey Mitchell. Like they got size, they got shooting, they got defense, they got everything you want in a team to going into March Madness. And so like they start their playoffs against Oakland, the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, who are not that good. So that's a good start. They're 23-11. So that's a good start to their March Madness, and I really do think um, Kentucky has that power in their team where they can really win it all. So yeah, there's my prediction. Kentucky wins. In my opinion, Kentucky will win the March Madness playoffs, the national championship. I think it's gonna be really close game. I think my prediction is probably gonna be 115, 120. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game between these two teams. I mean, it's gonna be the March Madness finals. And Kentucky just has what it takes though. They have the offense, they have the but yep, that's my prediction. 120, 115. Kentucky will win the playoffs, the national championship this year. So hope you enjoyed this little episode today. Tried something new with like shorter episodes. So let me know what you think. And if you want more shorter episodes, I know my episodes are more on the long side. Like before, it was like 40 minutes, but Now, a little shorter. So if you like more shorter episodes, let me know. I'll put it just short, like 15-minute episodes. But thank you for listening today. Have a good night.